Good morning, afternoon, or evening, as the case may be in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zen Archer. Another black and white video with a different cap, I know. But I just got done watching a video by Dale ATL2, and my last video was on old school vlogging, and this is kind of revisited. In April of 1968, the very first World's Fair was held in San Antonio, Texas. And I was one of the people that was lucky enough to go down there for vacation and go to that World's Fair. And it was pretty cool. But we had to leave there early because my brother had developed appendicitis. We didn't know it, and he had problems there, so we had to leave. But before we did, in the couple of days that we were there, I had the opportunity to go to a place that they called the Exposition Center at the World's Fair, and inside that building there was a telephone that would allow you to pick it up and talk to someone on the other end of the pavilion. And that wasn't really all that odd. I mean, we did have telephones in 1968. The thing that was odd about it was that it had this little tiny, just a little tiny video screen in black and white, and you could see the person that you were talking to at the other end of the pavilion. And that was, space age stuff. It was unbelievable that you could actually see somebody and talk to them, and they would talk back to you. It was very broke up. It was probably only about 10 frames a second, but you could see them, and you could talk to them. And it was unbelievable. How is that possible? And that was the technology of the future. Today I sit here in front of you at this desk with equipment that's not very expensive, and I record a videotape that within an hour I will probably upload to YouTube, and I will talk to you about this subject. Amazing. Now people that can hear what it is that I have, my opinions and my discomfort and my happiness, and I can share my life with people literally around the world, and they can share their lives with me. And that makes you my neighborhood. That makes you my next door neighbor. And it allows me to learn about cultures and places that I may never have an opportunity to go to or see myself. You educate me, and I educate you just about how we live life. And there was a gentleman here at YouTube when I first came here, or shortly after I came here, by the name of Will Smiles. And no matter what you may or may not have heard about Will, one of the things that he had done very early on was get a video camera and start recording his life and talking about what he thought about things. And when YouTube came about, or when he found YouTube, it gave him the opportunity to take those old videotapes. I don't know if he ever expected anybody to see them, but he documented his life then anyway. And it allowed him to put those up here at YouTube and share them with us. And that was a great thing. And Will is the first person who I ever heard say this, and it rang true to me. We are the architects of the future. We have this medium sitting in front of us, and many of us are doing entertaining videos, and some of us are just sitting here vlogging like I'm doing today. And we are educating one another, and we are communicating with one another, and we are also gauging how our opinion stacks up to the opinions of thousands and thousands of people around the world. But what we do with this technology today defines what this technology will be in the future. And I've seen it come a long way since 1968 in the World's Fair. I've seen things change in unbelievable ways, not just in video and communication, but all over the world. And if I had only known then what I know now, I wonder how I would have changed the way that I approach technology. Well, you have an opportunity here on YouTube and other video sites as well, I'm sure, and Stickcam, you can stream your video and hear people immediately talking back to you. I wonder if I had known then what I know now, how I would have done things differently, or if I would have at all. But I do know that what we do with technology today will define what technology is, this technology is, in the future. I don't know how we can make the world any smaller, but I'm happy to know that the world is now my neighborhood, and you are now my neighbor. Until next time, this is Zen Archer, saying you be well.